Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for January 2023. I hope everyone had a good December, good holiday, good New Year, whatever you celebrated, whatever you did. It was very, very good. Let's go ahead and dive right into what's going on the channel right now. We have still ongoing Potionomics and Xenoblade Chronicles. Very much still enjoying both of those games. Potionomics will probably be wrapping up before Xenoblade Chronicles. That's kind of to be expected. I believe we're definitely in the back half of both games. But I don't really know how long it's going to take to get through the rest of Potionomics. Uh, pardon me. The game definitely takes longer to get through days as you go. For one thing, you got more ingredients, you got more potential potions to make. It just basically gets more complex the further in you get, and that's just kind of to be expected. But I've gotten into a pretty good routine in the game, and I actually have, I had the potions I need for the next contest pretty much ready in like 2 days or something like that. I mean, I had some good ones, but then I got better ones. Um, and I haven't even been trying to one-up those yet, which I might even be able to. But we shall see. But I'm pretty happy with how that's going. It is definitely a very, very fun game. The art style and graphics are fantastic. There's a few quality of life things that I could see improving it, but even that's really minor. So if you're looking for a fun game to play, I highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun, and I very, very much highly recommend it. Xenoblade Chronicles, we are still ongoing, getting through more side quests. As I understand it, these side quests will be reducing over time. With like from around the point that I'm at now, there's not going to be too many more that we're going to be getting. Um, at least not like the big groups. Hey, you got to a new town. Here's all the stuff you can do now, kind of thing. Mostly just like some quests only pop up when you complete other quests and when you get regions, levels, stuff like that. We'll continue to plug away at those side quests and get that taken care of. Breath of the Wild is also ongoing. I didn't have a stream this past week, but this Monday, tomorrow as of this recording, we will be returning to Breath of the Wild. Definitely looking forward to getting back to that. It is tons of fun. I love the exploring. I love wandering around. And I've gotten good enough in the game that I can take on a lot of the foes that gave me these before. That's feeling pretty good. Also, Parasite Eve, which was the Patron's Choice Let's Play from the poll a few months ago, finally did get to it. Played it on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Completed the main game, and now going forward on Fridays, I'm going to be playing through the Chrysler Building randomly generated dungeon thing. And we'll see how long that takes. Probably only a handful of streams, 2 to 3, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know exactly how long that's going to take. But I'm looking forward to it. It was a lot of fun to play, and check out those videos that are going to be going live basically over the next little bit over a week, 2 weeks kind of thing. I cut up the stream to more manageable chunks, and they'll be going live. I may shift it to a different time release, just because I'm going to be getting back to my normal streams pretty soon. But a new video will be going live for that every day until I'm completely done, and only doing the Chrysler stuff on Fridays. So we have a bit of that left to go, but not really that much. Parrot M. Haru has also been wrapped up. I do need to get the final videos in the playlist, I believe. Had a lot of stuff going on near the end of the month, and I haven't gotten all of those videos in, but that is wrapped up. Because of the past couple weeks and some stuff that's up in the air in the immediate future, Zerfall and I aren't going to be starting something new immediately, but give it a few weeks, probably no more than a month at the outset, and something new coming your way at that point. In addition, I did wrap up a Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. That is all done. I was doing that on Fridays for a while as well, but that is completely done. I do plan to do Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster upcoming, probably when I finish Parasite Eve, so do stay tuned for that. Shadowrun SNES, got through the first 2 streams. That didn't stream it this past week, but that will be returning this Wednesday as well, so in for that. And of course, all of those are also in the Retro Variety Streams playlist as well. And of course, Lego Building streams are returning this week, as is Spelljammer next Saturday. Didn't have a stream past Saturday or the previous one because of Christmas and New Year, but we will be getting back to that next week. So that's really what's going on the channel right now. Not a whole lot, pardon me. Stuck in my throat. But that's what we got going on the channel right now. And really, since Potionomics and Xenoblade Chronicles definitely have a few weeks left at minimum, not going to be starting anything new on that. When Zelda Breath of the Wild wraps up, I don't think it's going to take more than a couple months to do at most. I'm not trying to do absolutely everything in the game, but I am trying to get through a significant amount of what's in the game. I do like to be completist, and I am having a lot of fun. I believe Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out, scheduled for May, I think. So that's in the near future too. Looking forward to that. I will definitely be playing that when that comes out. So do stay tuned. News of that coming out. But that's mostly what's going on the channel. Don't really have too many other new things on the horizon channel-wise. For those who've been following me for a while, you know that I do create, update deities for 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons. Most of the material is applicable in any other edition that you're playing, and you can easily convert any game-related information to other editions as well. Depending on the edition, it's easier than others, but I think 5th edition is actually relatively easy for the most part. So, yeah, if you like adding more deities and more depth to your deities in Dungeons & Dragons, come over to my blog and check it out. I will, of course, include a link in the video description. This month it is Ogremok, the Prince of Elemental, the Prince of Evil Earth Creatures, one of the Archimentals, the Princes of Elemental Evil, specifically of Earth this time, and it was an interesting one to write up. He's not a subtle creature at all, and he kind of seeks to create, like, as it's termed, a juggernaut of destruction, but he has not been able to create such a creature with satisfaction. So there's tons of fun stuff you can do with that. Have your party go up against the quote-unquote failures, who are still going to be incredibly powerful. Basically, like mortals who get empowered to be powerful and destructive. So tons of stuff to draw from there. You just like reading about this kind of thing, go on over to my blog and check that out. go to the homepage and get through recent ones, or you can go to the Monster Mythology update list, and this is the full list of the deities that I have worked on. And I do have a helpful archive list of past adventures. There's some character glitchiness that I haven't gotten a chance to fix. Same thing with a lot of these other entries. There's some stray characters from a database migration that was done, and I just haven't gotten through fixing it yet. It takes a while, and because I have to hit every single article that I have posted, and then I have to find all of the. Which it's all based on the individual characters that got changed. So basically, certain characters got replaced with code characters, and I need to go return them to the characters that they're supposed to be. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, it's not a fast process, and I am way in it because it's incredibly boring, and I have a lot of things to do. But all of the PDF versions of these are untouched, so you can always download the PDF version if the web page have characters. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on these days. I do rely on the support of viewers like you for being able to keep producing content every day, every month, every year. The support of channel members, which you can see some of them right here. Those who are supporting me over on Patreon, those who support me on Ko-fi, although I haven't had any of that in a very long time. And of course, those who subscribe on Twitch and offer bits during the streams. All of that does allow me to continue to produce these videos for entertainment. They're all free. I periodically have polls for viewers to have some input in what's coming next. Of course, if you're watching the retro streams on Twitch on Wednesdays, there is a simple channel point redemption to choose a game that I play for at least give an attempt to. I make no guarantees on liking it or finishing such a game. I'm very bad at some of them, and others I have not found particularly fun. By no means a criticism of the people choosing them. So it is. There's lots of ways for you guys to get other, to see specific games that you want me to play. So yeah, if you have specific games that fall into some of those categories, make use of the channel point redemptions on Twitch. If you're a supporter of mine on a Patreon, when I open up the game suggestions, that's a good time for you to suggest a game that you'd like to see me play. I may be shaking up the voting in the future. There's a few things that I would like to do a little bit different, and I did see another Let's Player use a ranked choice voting system to make such a decision recently. And I will probably be looking into that because I much prefer that. Parasite Eve actually had the highest winning percentage of any game that I'd ever had in one of these Patreon polls, but it still was less than 50%. Now, there's a fair chance that with it being that high, it was a second choice for some of the people who put down other games as their first choice. But it might not have been. Because, again, not a criticism. I'm using this historical example than anything else. But in the future, I would like to try to get to a choice that gets more than 50% kind of thing. So I will be looking into that for future Patreon polls, and we will see how that goes. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for all the support that you give me on here on YouTube, on Patreon, on Twitch. It all really does mean a lot to me, and I can't do this without you. And for those who are not able to support me in those direct manners, just showing up for streams, really important. The only way that I can get to a Twitch partner is to, which would get me a better split on subscription income and stuff like that. The only way for that to happen is for more people to watch me. So if you want to support me, just showing up for the streams really does go a long way. Here on YouTube, watching the videos, especially first episodes, giving them a like, and watching them all the way through, leaving comments, all of that does really improve the channel viewing stats. Given the nature of what I create here on YouTube, where, like, I'm 140 episodes into Xenoblade Chronicles, the only people watching now are the dedicated viewers of it. It has dropped off tremendously from the first episode. That's normal. That's expected. That's perfectly normal and understandable behavior in that. I'm not complaining about that. But YouTube doesn't see that as normal, as what it wants. It doesn't want that. It wants every video to be treated the same. And there should be systems in place for, like, because I remember listening to people in the anime industry at convention years ago talking about how things worked, and they had lower sales expectations for later volume of series, like putting out the series End of Evangelion. This was back during the VHS days, even, and they'd expect that the fourth, fifth, sixth volumes would have sales drop-offs. People wouldn't be buying them as much as the earlier ones, the first and second volumes. This is normal. This is expected. If you look at ratings for TV shows, same kind of thing. First episode, premiere episode of a brand new series, or even a new season, that tends to get the highest. And then you get a drop-off. All of these are expected. YouTube doesn't take that into account, and therefore my channel is functionally penalized for that. Every time they do a creator survey, I'm always harping on changing that kind of thing. If I was creating weekly gaming videos, and normally I get 1,000 views, and then I put up one and it only gets 500 views, but it's an isolated video, yeah, that's something I need to look at and be like, what did I do wrong in this video? What was the content about it that people didn't like? All that kind of thing. I can't do that with Xenoblade Chronicles episode 140. It doesn't work. You know, the reason it's not getting as many views is because people have fallen off watching for whatever reason. There's a lot of reasons for it. Interest, people haven't been, they fall behind and they can't catch up. They just don't like the game. All kinds of reasons like that, but the fact that it is still getting views, and every time a series ends, I put up a new one that has a new opportunity for that. That's all perfectly normal, understandable, reasonable behavior, and you take that into account when handling my channel stats. They should be looking at the first episode, maybe the first 5 episodes, something like that, and then ignoring the rest for my channel statistics, rather than taking into account the fact that, trying to treat episode 142 the exact same as episode. Should not do that. They should not do that. Be able to toggle, like, this is part of a series, it's late in the series, ignore its stats for the channel, viewership kind of thing. That would probably immediately bump me up higher in the view rankings, and I think that's one of the reasons why so many people have shifted over to other kinds of content. There are a lot fewer people, especially on the big Let's Play style channels that are actually playing a game through to completion. And you're getting a lot more, let's just look at this game. You know, let's play no more than 10 videos of content for kind of thing. Because after that, like 10 is kind of the sweet spot on where the drop off is. You very much start hitting the just the people who are really interested in the video. And it does mean that any channel like mine is gonna suffer, and like that's YouTube making intentional decisions on what kind of content they want on the system, as opposed to trying to make it available for all kinds of viewership. Because the thing, like, they want people to stay on the platform and watch more videos. I got 142 episodes of Xenoblade Chronicles here. If someone wants to watch Xenoblade Chronicles, this is a perfect way to keep them on the platform. And there's a ton of hours of video right there, and they're gonna stay on the platform watching that if they like it, you know. Whereas if I put up a game review that's 20 minutes long, when that's done, what do? Now they have to choose something on, like, either they have to go searching for something new, or they have to go choose something that's popped up in the video suggestions afterwards. You know, it's so much easier to just plop one of these playlists open on your computer and just sit back, relax, and enjoy the binge. I cannot fathom why YouTube has not specifically formulated their systems to take that into account. Hey, you know, I don't know all the back end decisions. Maybe there are reasons why it's not good for them to want to encourage this kind of viewer watching. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they always pop-ups on the creator side of learn how playlists can keep people watching kind of stuff, and I'm like, no, I know that already. This is like why playlists exist on YouTube for my kind of content primarily. It's one of the reasons that they were created. uh, but yeah. Anyway, so that's my monthly rant about YouTube. It's pretty much what it is. That's one reason why a lot of the full playthrough content has shifted over to Twitch. People who are going to play through an entire game, a lot of them do it on Twitch these days, rather than doing it here on YouTube. Because Twitch doesn't, like, live content is their primary thing, and from that point of view, as long as people are watching it, they don't give a crap. I mean, obviously, in reason of legality and stuff like that. But if someone is playing through 20 minutes of a whole bunch of games, and that's what people are interested in, which is that works for Twitch. If someone's playing through an entire 100-hour game over consecutive stream sessions, that works for Twitch. You know, people are staying on the platform. The only thing that they would rather have is people running more ads. So, I don't know. You know, I don't make these decisions. They should hire me to do so. I mean, they never would. Anyway, so that's basically my YouTube rant, and just trying to also let you guys know how these things work, and if you're like, there have been channels that I've watched that their content has shifted, and I don't watch them as much anymore because they're not getting the content that I signed up for to watch. And if any of you are seeing the same thing in other channels that you have, subscribed to here on YouTube, and you're wondering why they've made these changes, like, oh man, I used to like so-and-so. Now they're only doing these, review videos, and they used to do full Let's Plays, or whatever it is. That's why. That's why. They're trying to They're basically chasing the YouTube, like it's not really demands, but if you pay attention to the metrics and what gets you views and subscribers and YouTube and stuff like that, and you start chasing that, that's essentially what they're doing. Um, and those who don't do that end up like me, where my channel's growing, it's not growing at all fast. I am very close to 22,000 subscribers, but the gained subscriber numbers has gone over the past couple of years from around 100 to 250 per month down to between 100 and 150. And a lot of that is just because of how YouTube analyzes all of the video content on your channel. It's also why you'll see some places, some channels, they'll have two channels. You'll have the main channel. Then you could have like AuldDragon stream VODs or something like that, because stream VODs tend to not do as well. People have already watched them. They're not as interested in that. The longer series, like it could be a thing where Xenoblade Chronicles, after episode 10, that would have gotten shifted over there. I wouldn't necessarily produce something new here. I could still put it in the playlist and everything like that. But at that point, those videos, I wouldn't care about the subscriber base and the views on that secondary channel kind of thing. It would be more for archival purposes, stuff like that. Whereas this is the channel that I would want to get promoted. But that's a hassle. Maintaining two channels, knowing which one is which, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to deal with that. And if you really sit down and think about it, if you have two channels that are clearly linked, it's one thing if I have AuldDragon and then completely different handle, and AuldDragon has all this gaming content, and the completely different handle has something completely different. It has D&D game stuff, reviews of the latest D&D books and or gaming news or something like that, completely different content. That's more people segregating their interests so they're not trying to smash everything together and possibly, so your this channel would be for specific people and the other channel would be for different people interests. There might be some crossover, but you're not having people signing up for this channel who are just interested in a small section of it, kind of thing. Focusing. If you're seeing like AuldDragon and AuldDragon 2 or AuldDragon stream VODs, that represents people working around the system, do things that you should be able to do, but can't because of the way that they've set it up. It is very, very specifically like a workaround because something doesn't work the way it should on YouTube. Anytime you see the same person running multiple channels that are not like doing completely different things, that are not obviously marketed to completely different people. Like I've seen the people who have the stream VODs, but they're the same person. They're going by the same name. It's the same clear channel. They'll link to both of them in their abouts and the channel descriptions and blah blah blah. It's like, if you want to see this other content, go over here. That means it is very clear that means that YouTube is failing their content creators. Obviously, failure means a lot of different things, but they're failing to provide content creators a way to centralize the same material that just, should be handled differently, kind of thing. I should be able to press a button. This is a stream VOD. A lot of people have already watched it. It is expected to get lower views. Ignore it in the rankings or weight it differently. That kind of thing. There should be those kinds of options, and the fact that YouTube doesn't do that is why you end up with these situations, and it is a clear failure on YouTube's part. I should not need to split up my channel, kind of thing. Focus on to maximize my counts here, my AuldDragon channel, and then have the rest on a separate channel to not impact this. YouTube should have an internal way to handle that, but they don't, because they don't care. They really don't, which is a shame. Anyway, there's my rant. Happy New Year. I get into these a lot because YouTube is so frustrating to actually use. But again, it's like, YouTube is terrible, but there's nothing better, kind of thing, you know? Obviously, like, Twitch and YouTube compete with each other, but they also focus on different, you know, stuff that works really well on YouTube doesn't work really well on Twitch. Stuff that works really well on Twitch doesn't work well on YouTube. They're competing for your time. They're not so much competing in the same market. It's not like, you know, Ford and Honda, which you're only going to buy one car kind of thing, you know? And it's all about which of the two cars you get. You can do both YouTube and Twitch, as I do and so many other people do, because it's only about your time. You know, it's in the exact... They compete in the exact same way that television is a competition, Twitch and YouTube, but NBC, the channel NBC, specifically is not. So, it would just be very, very nice if YouTube would change their systems, change their algorithms, take into account these elements that they clearly don't. But they really should, because there's so many people creating content the way that I do, and who want to create content the way that I do, but they have chosen not to do that because it actively reduces the reach of their channel. And that's not great. I don't think that's great. Anyway, that's been like a 15-minute rant. All of that to say how important it is for viewers to watch the videos, leave comments, like the videos, all of those things, because that is the only way that that you as an individual viewer has, without spending money, to influence how my channel, how any channel that you enjoy, does compared to other channels. The more of the content you watch, watching it fully, leaving a comment, like, all of that works to bump it higher in the rankings, get its videos out to more people so that more people watch it, and that content creator does better financially. So that is something that you guys can do that is not directly, you know, financial supporting the channel. Obviously, financial support, very welcome, very appreciated, but obviously not everyone can. So, anyway, I want to thank you guys. I hope your January goes really well, and once again, I hope you had wonderful, wonderful holidays, whatever you celebrated, and looking forward to more content. I am not quitting anytime soon. I'm looking to even more games. So, yeah. Forward to spending more time with you guys in 2023. Don't forget, you can join the Discord. Links in the description below. Link is, of course, on the main page. So is the link to Twitch, Patreon, all of those services in the video descriptions on the main page. Follow me in the various places. Join me for the streams. Join the Discord community. And let's make 2023 really fun. Put the crap from the previous years in the dust and forget about it. See you next time, everyone.